Every time the black beggar looked up, a gold coin would shoot out of his mouth. Soon, he couldn't contain it any longer. The man went to a junkyard and casually dropped about 11 pounds of gold on the counter. He told the owner he didn't want cash, just permission to use some of the used electronics. The stunned owner scrambled to get his equipment to test the gold. Meanwhile, the man slipped over to the electronics counter, expertly stripping parts from various devices, rearranging chips and circuit boards. In no time, he'd constructed some kind of receiver. The gold checked out. It was real. Feeling awkward taking it for nothing, the owner insisted on giving the man $1,000. The man seemed completely indifferent, just took the cash and his newly built device and walked out. Following the receiver's signal, the man walked on, completely oblivious as the cash the owner had given him fluttered away behind him. Suddenly, the man stopped, gazing up at the sky where impossible alien structures seemed to shimmer within the clouds. And in that moment, the man's true form flickered into view. He was an extraterrestrial, a reptilian being, here on Earth on a desperate mission to save his homeworld. But just as he was lost in this vision of planetary salvation, someone punched him, knocking him flat. It turned out his unintentional trail of dropped cash had attracted a couple of muggers. The alien, confused, didn't understand why he was being attacked and could only endure the blows. Just then, a black woman driving by happened to spot the commotion. She instantly recognized the man being beaten. He was the same strange guy she'd encountered at the police station earlier that morning. Just hours before, the man had been arrested for trying to swallow a water pipe. At the station, he'd bizarrely claimed she was his family. She had intended to quickly clear up the misunderstanding and leave, but then the man started talking about her past as a nuclear fusion scientist, even listing specific research she'd done. He then begged her to take him to a specific set of coordinates. Seeing how much this stranger knew about her, the woman assumed he'd deliberately investigated her, became furious, and stormed out. She couldn't believe she was running into him again. She hadn't wanted to get involved, but seeing him getting beaten, her conscience wouldn't let her drive away. She spun the car around, pulled out a Desert Eagle, and scared off the muggers. The alien was incredibly grateful and immediately repeated his plea. Would she please take him to the coordinates he mentioned that morning? He only had 6 hours left. The woman sighed. This guy clearly didn't get it. Plus, she had a paralyzed father at home who needed her care. She didn't have time for random road trips. The alien seemed to sense her hesitation and immediately offered to pay her. Faced with the offer of cash, the woman reluctantly agreed. But during the drive and a stop for food, she quickly noticed more of his eccentricities. He seemed to crave being submerged in water, and while eating, he casually jotted down a complex string of code in Base 60, a system virtually unused since ancient Sumeria. Curious, the woman asked where he came from. He finally introduced himself as Faraday. He claimed the Base 60 code was taught to him by his teacher, Newton, and that Newton had also guided him specifically to her. Beyond that, he remained tight-lipped. The woman quickly looked up Newton on her phone and found he was the CEO of a major tech corporation back in the 20th century. She couldn't help but laugh, completely baffled why this Faraday would seek her out. Faraday simply insisted that she was vital to his mission. Seeing she wasn't getting any more answers, the woman dropped it. She'd taken the money. Her job was just to get him to his destination. After their meal, they arrived at a remote, barren patch of land. Faraday then asked her to stay there with him, which puzzled her. Faraday then began to explain. He confessed he was from another planet called Anthea. He had come to this specific spot on Earth solely to receive vital instructions, and he declared she was the chosen one.